Hello, my name is Kelly Snider and I work for the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. I'm here today to talk about pollinators, native pollinators and pollinator habitats, and to give you some suggestions as to what you can do in your own yard to create a pollinator habitat for yourself. Pollinators are very important to us. They are responsible for approximately 1/3 of all the food we eat as we pollinated. So it's very important that we take care of our native pollinators. And when I talk about pollinators, I'm not just talking about honeybees or hummingbirds. I'm talking about the thousands of species of native bees that's native to North America. And these native bees, many of them are solitary, many are ground dwelling or cavity dwelling, and a lot of these bees do not have hives such as a honeybee would have. Many of these bees are much smaller than honeybees. Some of these bees can be much larger than honeybees. So there's a really wide range of them, and of course, just like a honeybee or a hummingbird, they need some habitats and places to live. And that's what we're going to try to do today, is to create a habitat for these bees. When selected an area to plant your pollinator habitat, a couple things to keep in mind. One is you probably want to select an area that gets a lot of sunlight. Many of the flowering plants that pollinators are attracted to and like really well require a good bit of sunlight, so you don't want to be too close to shady areas. And of course, you want to pick an area that has some decent, that can grow soil, that has good soil and can grow fairly well. If you have any questions about your soil, here in North Carolina, you can take a soil sample and have it analyzed and get some recommendations on any soil amendments such as fertilizers that you might need. If you have to do this and you're not sure what to do, the best thing is to contact your local county extension agent, and they can get you some soil sampling boxes and help you to pull those samples and get those sent in for analysis. And of course, once you've selected an area, the next thing you'll want to do is to work it up. And all you really need is a good tiller. Here in this area we had a tractor to use, but you don't have to have a big farm tractor. If you got just a simple tiller, that's all you need. If you don't have a tiller, most rental stores will have them available, and you can rent one of them to work your soil up. And of course, it's very important to do a good job cutting the soil up and mixing, having a good seed bed, and that's so that you have good seed to soil contact. And once you have your area worked up, then of course, obviously you've got to choose seed. For choosing seed, I would recommend first going to your local seed and feed stores and see what kind of pollinator mixes they might have or what flowers they have. The seed that I ordered here comes pre-mixed. There's 17 different types of seed in this mixture. It has 10 different annuals and 7 perennials. And the reason that you want a good mix like that is some of these will be flowering in the spring, others will flower in the summer, and still others will flower in the fall. And this keeps something flowering all throughout the year. And that does a couple of things. It means this pollinator garden you have, it will always look nice for one, and secondly, there will always be something there for the pollinators to go to. So that's why you want a good mix of flowers. You can actually put together your own mix, just buying individual seeds and make your own, or you can do like we did here and buy one that has been pre-mixed up. And whenever you get your seed, I would also recommend reading the instructions that come with it. Sometimes the seed mixes like what we have here will recommend that you mix it half and half with sand, and the reason you put sand in there is just a filler, so that it helps you cover the area more and get the seed dispersed a little bit better. Okay, this area that we selected here today is approximately 2,000 square feet, and whenever you read the instructions that come with most of these seed packs, it's going to have a recommended rate somewhere between 1/2 pound and 1 pound per 1,000 square feet. So I'm going to use 3/4 pound. So for this 2,000 square foot area, I'm going to put out approximately 1.5 pounds of seed. You can use just your hand and simply spread it out, but today we're going to actually use a little spin spreader that we have here. This hopefully will help me to do a little more consistent job. And I've already weighed my seed out, about 1.5 pounds here, and I'm going to just pour it in. And we'll put our lid back on here, and we'll simply start to spread. I'm just going to do one pass right now. And of course, that's all there is to it. You just simply spread the seed over the area, and when you get through spreading the seed, there is a couple other things that you can do. If you have access to a roller, you can roll over to the area and kind of pack the seed in a little bit. or you can simply, if you have water hose nearby, just lightly moisten it a little bit on top, again to help improve that seed to soil contact. And hopefully in a very short period of time you'll have some nice pretty flowers and lots of activity from native pollinating bees. We have a website you can go to if you want to find out more information on pollinators. Our website is ncagr.gov/pollinators. Thank you for your time.